What's up, everybody? Psilocybin Skull here on this Gorilla MMA channel. We're going to be breaking down this UFC Long Island card, and it's a fucking good card, man. I love it. We got Brian Ortega versus Yar Rodriguez as the main event, and like the main card's pretty nice and good. You got, I think we have a very good Fight of the Year candidate here. And then even the prelims are pretty decent. I like it. I think we might see a couple good finishes on this card, to be honest. But let's get right into this. So the first fight of the card is Jessica Penne at number 14 ranking versus Emily Ducote coming out of Invicta, I believe. And I Jessica Penne is at plus 132 right here on Bet Online. And then Emily is at minus 152 on Bet Online. If you want to go Bovada, it's plus 127 Jessica, minus 159 Emily. So usually I don't bet on people making their debut in the UFC. But I think Emily has proven herself. The only concern is women's MMA is very scary for me. I just don't do good in it for some reason. And I just think it's a little bit more unpredictable for me personally. But I do like Emily here. It's just I don't want to lay minus 150. So I think I might lay a quarter unit on this Emily inside. No, not in the distance. Emily on the KO, which is plus 450. That's not bad at all. Quarter unit, quadruple that cash. So like we'll see, man. I'm still thinking about it, but the only thing that's stopping me is, Jessica's only been TKO'd, but like the lead to the division. Like I believe it was back in 2017 where she got KO'd or TKO'd by Jessica Andrade, and she also got TKO'd by Joanna Jędrzejczyk. But it was just like Jessica does hit hard, and she was throwing a lot of volume in that fight, just overwhelming her. Jessica just like she just got overwhelmed. The ref stopped it, and it was like that on both of those. And I feel like Emily's more like she doesn't throw as much, but she throws more power. And Jessica being 39 years old, I just feel like this is a retirement fight, and I feel like Emily could get out of there. I am not underestimating Jessica at all. I do think she has a grappling edge. I think she's a little bit bigger, the more experience, higher level of competition. I think if she gets Emily on the ground, she could get a submission or potentially just hold her there and beat her up on the way to, a 30-27 victory or a 29-28. So, I don't hate the dog shot at all. And, I could go either way. I think I just, I don't want to lay minus 150 on the favorite. So I think the TKO is like a great way to take it, or the KO or TKO. But, I know it's pretty risky, which is why I said only a quarter of a unit for me on that, if I do bet it. Next up, we got Dwight Grant versus Dustin Stoltzfus. So this fight is kind of interesting because, like, Dustin, we got him at 13-4 here on his MMA record, and then Dwight Grant isn't all that great, 11-5. The guy's 37 years old already, and he got knocked out his last fight. Dwight Grant's coming up a weight class. He loses a split decision to Francisco, which should have been split, but the ref took a point off, so I get it. But like this fight is just like, do you really want to lay minus 150 on Grant? I don't think so. Oh no, he dropped. Now he's minus 140, and then Bet Online has him at minus 131. That's not bad. It dropped, but it's just I still don't want to lay that on Grant. Like, I think he could put Dustin out. He lands a big right and a big left, like which he usually does. He has a large frame, but now he's coming up with a division. So like, what if the size isn't there anymore? The size advantage, and then like it's not like Dustin's like the good fighter either. The thing, though, is he's been fighting primarily grapplers. Rodolfo Vieira, Gerald Mershart, Kyle Dawkins, but Kyle's kind of beating him on the feet. and Kyle's I think he 30-27 him. And then like the other fights, you got rear naked choke in the third round, but Gerald Meerschaert does that to everyone. Rodolfo Vieira, I mean, his nickname is the black belt hunter or something like that. So, like obviously, he lost those. But I mean, I don't see Dwight Grant coming out here and throwing trying to land takedowns on Dustin at all. I don't see that happening. I mean, Dustin's the underdog here. If you want to take a dog shot, I think Dustin's a pretty good dog shot. Personally, I did put a unit because BetOnline offers like this interesting thing here where it's Dustin Stolfus wins inside the distance, but if it goes the distance, there's no action, so you just get a refund. And it was plus 180, so I was like, why the fuck not? Just throw a unit on that thing. If it goes to decision, I get my money back. If Dwight Grant knocks this guy out, then I'm fucked. But if Dustin puts him away, which I think he will, then I'm good. I could see Dustin getting a sub here because Dwight. I mean, he's not known for being good on the ground or anything like that. He's just known for being more of a counter puncher, just waiting on outside, just big right, big left, and then guys just drop. But I'm just seeing the decline in this guy, and you go up a weight class and you're older, it just it just spells retirement for me. So, I mean, I don't hate it if you got Grant. I feel like he could win, but in this case, I would rather take the dog shot. And like I said, I got this plus 180 win inside the distance for Dustin. And if it goes to decision, it's no action. So I kind of like that. Moving on. So this is a very controversial fight here. We got Da Ung Jung versus Dustin Jacoby. And the line is completely flipped from what it was when it opened. So I'm seeing right here on BetOnline, Da Ung Jung is now minus 121. Dustin Jacoby plus 101. On Bovada, I believe it is, let me see. Yeah, Dustin Jacoby plus 100. Da Ung Jung minus 124. So when I was looking at it a couple days ago, Da Ung Jung was plus 125 and Jacoby was like minus 120 or 130. So yeah, this thing completely flipped. Look, I don't hate it at all. Like, I think either guy could win here. If you're getting Jacoby at plus money, that's fucking value, right? If you're a Jacoby guy. If you had Da Ung Jung at plus 125, plus 115 before he completely flopped all the way over, then you got the value. Now if you want Da Ung Jung, the value's gone, right? Minus 121 compared to plus 125. So maybe it's a little bit too late. Maybe you still want to throw it on. I wouldn't personally, but I got a hot take for this one. Da Ung Jung by KO. I know like everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck are you thinking? But when I was watching the Jacoby tape, I know he's a better kickboxer. I know he's not gonna just stand in front of Da Ung Jung and let himself get hit. But I just can't ignore that he was getting hurt in the first couple fights, and I don't even think he was really fighting strikers like that. I think these guys were like wrestlers, and that's not a good sign. I mean, he has been doing better in his past couple of fights, but I also think that he didn't win that Maxim Grishin fight. I don't think he won that, to be honest. And I just like Da Ung Jung here. I mean, like, I know the Sam Alvey fight's controversial, but I think he won that. I think he was just fucking around for the first rounds. Like, bro was fucking smiling inside the octagon, In the William Knight fight, like, I think that showed that he doesn't have an ego and like he listened to his coach, come with a good game plan. I mean, he took this guy down like a shitload of times and just held him there with no problem, didn't gas or anything. And I mean, let's not act like William Knight's the most technical fighter either. Like, just uses power, muscles his way out of everything. So I don't think fucking Jung's gonna take down Jacoby with that and do it over and over. Jacoby has pretty decent takedown defense despite being fucked out at Kutabala in that first round. And I also think Kutabala won that fight as well. And then Da Ung Jung just comes out and nukes Kennedy with elbows. So I think Da Ung Jung's been improving. And I like this guy, Like, I got him at plus 115 for a unit. Putting the KO at half a unit. So I'm glad I got him at plus 115 before this whole thing switched. But like I said, Jacoby is legit. Like he's not some slouch. Like he's good too. Like he put on a show against Michael or Macau. I mean, John Allen. I mean, I'm not gonna really rate that guy too high. And I think he lost the Maxim Grishin fight. You know. So I just see Dallin Jug knocking this guy out, as controversial as it sounds. And since we're on a controversial point, I just want to say I was watching my boy Dan Levy's podcast earlier. Shout out Half the Battle. Go check it out. It's a really good podcast. And just because you don't agree with somebody on a fight or something, you don't have to start attacking them and talking shit and stuff. You can still disagree and be homies and be friendly. So I just want to say that because he said it, and I like the message he was trying to put out there. So yeah, I just want to say the same thing. Just obviously it's MMA. A lot of shit can happen. And people have different takes and stuff. People have different opinions after they watch the tape. So yeah, just shout out to Dan Levy. That was a very positive message. Just if you don't agree on a fight, it's all good. There's no need to start attacking people and be hostile. But yeah, my pick and bet is Da'Ang Jung money line, and I got the KO. Next up is Bill Algeo versus Herbert Burns. Now Bill Algeo was minus 170, and then now he's minus 210. Over here on Bet Online, he's minus 205. So that's insane. And on Bovada, he's also, let's see, minus 210. I was hoping the line would drop to minus 150 or something, minus 160, but minus 210, I can't confidently bet on him because he does give up his back and he gets taken down kind of a lot. And he does kind of put himself in compromised positions so he can get up. But this Herbert Burns guy is he's a monster in the first round. I just can't get that out enough. This guy is a beast in the first round. A lot of first round finishes. Just a beast at jiu-jitsu. But he does tend to gas after that first round. So what if he doesn't get the finish, right? And then Bill Algeo just starts clipping him, picking him apart, just starts beating him up. I feel the way I would attack this, I would do first round Herbert, but I think that just him at plus 170 is already good enough. That's a pretty decent line. A lot of dogs are barking on this card. So, I wouldn't hate it. Herbert Burns plus 170. BetOnline has him at plus 175. So, it's not a bad dog to pick. The only thing that I would say is Herbert Burns missed weight. His last fight got crucifixed and he got his shit beat up. So, but that was 2 years ago. So, he might have fixed what the issue was. Could have been something going on. He had an injury, but it's no action for me. I can't bet that. Next up, we got Jack Short versus Ricky Simone. Jack Short minus 165. Ricky Simone plus 135 on Bovada. On Bet Online, we got Jack Short minus 151. Ricky Simone plus 131. Look, Ricky Simone's a live dog here. Definitely. He's faced a higher competition. He's being a little bit better from fight to fight. But I'm kind of leaning towards Jack Shore. This guy's a fucking beast, bro. This man also improved from fight to fight. He's getting way better with the hands. His last fight, he's fucking up Valiev in that last round, dropping him like a sack of potatoes. If there was a fourth round, I think he would fucking knocked him out or got a sub. Yeah, Jack Shore is just getting better and better and better. By the way, I'm speaking of him. You can probably tell I'm kind of a fan of him, so I'm a little bit biased here. But I did say if he dropped to minus 150, I would bet on him. So I might be placing a bet on Jack Shore. I might wait till tomorrow, see if it drops a bit more. But maybe not. Maybe it shoots back up again, right? But I think they're fairly close on the ground. Ricky Simone does have very good wrestling. He takes guys down. He's relentless with that pressure and the takedowns. He does like to use up the ground and pound to try to get subs. Like he does attack the submissions. And he has a couple 30-27s. You know, that Ray Borg fight, I don't think that should have been split. Could have been 30-27. But the thing that concerns me about Ricky Simone is, like, this guy got knocked out by Uriah Faber in round one. 40-year-old Uriah Faber, right? We could say it was a fluke win, an outlier, whatever. But I'm not going to ignore that. And also, the fight after that, he just gets beat up by Rob Font, and he was getting a little bit hurt in that fight also. He gets hurt when you hit him on the chin a couple of times. So I can't ignore that, you know? And, I mean, Jack Shore has been getting better with the hands. Like, maybe, I mean, it's probably a low percentage, but I can see Jack Shore knocking this dude out. And, I mean, I just don't hate the dog shot, though. Plus 130 run. Ricky Simone, who's fought the better competition, is not bad at all. Maybe the over 2.5 here, but it's minus 215. So, like, do you really want to lay the chalk on that? No. But, I mean, I think it's going to be a very close fight. I think it could be a very close fight. And in a close fight, you do want to take the dog. So, I'm going for Jack Shore. I do lean towards Jack Shore. If the line drops more, I will be placing a bet on Jack Shore. But as of right now, I don't think so. No action for me. Next fight, we got Dalcha and we got Punahele. They got Punahele Soriano at minus 240 and Dalcha at plus 205 on Bet Online. I think Punahele is a favorite, and rightly so. I just don't think he should be minus 240. He does slow down in the second and third rounds, but he does have good wrestling defense. I don't think he's going to be over here shooting takedowns either. But I believe he does. He's been training with some college wrestlers. Dalcha, I was reading the tape on him. I think he sucks. I think he's a one-dimensional wrestler, and he does have power, though, so you have to watch out for that, which is why I kind of get, like, why he's plus 200. But, like, what if Punahele starts slowing down cigarette, this guy hits him with the bomb or something? You know, that this is MMA. That's not the question. But, I mean, Punahele does train out of, what is it? Is it Couture? I believe it is, right? I'm just gonna check this. Yeah, he trains out of Extreme Couture. So, you know, he has a pretty good coach. He did lose to Brendan Allen, which is kind of bad. But, I mean, Brendan Allen used that tall man defense. And, I mean, he was beating him up with the kicks and everything. Body kicks were bad. And I honestly, it's going to be controversial, but I think my boy Puna won Nick Maximoff. I just don't think that Control wins fights anymore. So I think Nick lost the first and second. He won the third. But, you know, that's in the past. We got a new opponent here, and I think Punahele's going to win this fight. I just do. I just don't want to lay minus 240 on him. That's my only problem. This is minus 240 is just crazy. But I guess I wouldn't be surprised if Punahele comes out here and just nukes this guy in the first round. I mean, if you look at the odds, I mean, the bookmakers are already onto it. They only have him at plus 350 for a first round knockout. I mean, so they already know what's going to happen. So like I said, I just would not be surprised if Puna comes out here and just knocks this guy out in the first round. Dalcha just isn't good at all. I mean, I think he's on his way out of the UFC. Now to the main card. So we got Lauren Murphy versus Miesha Tate. They should have put my boy Jack Shore on the spot, and they should have put them as a featured prelim or something. But I mean, I get it. It's for a for a title shot. So I mean, it makes sense why they're on the main card. But we got Miesha Tate like at minus 200 something here, I think. Let's see. Bet Online got her at minus 192. Lauren Murphy plus 167. I think Bovada has her at, let's see. Yeah, Miesha Tate minus 220. Ain't no damn way. Hell no. If you lay minus 220 on Miesha Tate, you need to call 1-800-GAMBLER right now. And plus 175 on Lauren Murphy. Oh, man. I mean, this is no action for me. Like I said, I don't like they're not women's MMA, especially not two women that are kind of like older in the women's MMA. Miesha Tate dropping down a weight class. Do not feel comfortable laying that chalk at all. If Lauren Murphy gets higher than what she is at plus 175, I might just take a dog shot just for fun, just to make the fight fun to watch. Might just throw a quarter unit for fun. I don't think I will. I mean, I get it, right? Miesha Tate has a wrestling advantage and all that, but it's just a fight I'm not interested in betting at. I'm betting on at all. This is dog or pass. There's just no way I'm betting that chalk. No way. So my pick's Miesha Tate, but hell no, like no bet for me. No bet for me. Moving on, we got Shane Burgos out of Bronx, New York versus Charles Jourdain, the Canadian man. So, I mean, Shane Burgos minus 175 plus 150 on Bet Online. Shane Burgos minus 175 plus 144 at Charles Jourdain on Bovada. So, I mean, honestly, Shane Burgos has like a 5.5 or a 6.5 reach advantage here. And I think this guy has heart. Like, he cracks, bro. He has power. He brings the pressure. He stays composed even after he gets hurt a little bit. And I just like him a lot in this spot against Charles Jourdain. And I feel like Burgos has fought the way better competition compared to Jourdain. Yes, Burgos has got knocked out by Barboza, and he's got knocked out by Calvin Kattar, third round TKO. But this guy for sure has heart, man. He's still young, 31 years old. He has been fighting for a while. I mean, when he got knocked out by Calvin, he was like 26. You know, but I like him in this slot a lot. It's just minus 175 is a little bit, you know, on the higher side. But honestly, I just completely see him winning this fight. I mean, especially with the reach advantage, man. Like, I think maybe he knocks out Jourdain. This could be fight of the night, fight of the year, maybe. But I mean, I just see Burgos just annihilated this guy. So I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. Jourdain knocks out Burgos, but nah, man. I think Burgos has this. And then going with the narrative a little bit, like, come on, man. Like, New York, Long Island, this guy's from the Bronx. A whole bunch of New Yorkers going to see this, you know. I think Burgos gets it done here. I think Burgos gets the win. I might even bet it at minus 175. I don't know. Hopefully it drops a little bit, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to drop at all. But, yeah, Burgos is my official pick. Moving on, we got Matt Schnell versus Sue Madarigi. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, Sue Madarigi. I don't know. I'm just completely butchering his name, so I'm just going to stop it. I'm just say Sue. So Sue is minus 260 on Bet Online, and then Matt Schnell plus 220. On Bovada, Sue's minus 290, and then Matt Schnell's plus 220. So if you want to bet Sue, better off betting him on Bet Online, minus 260. But this is a no action fight for me. I mean, everybody's saying, oh, Matt Schnell he just lands a takedown. Oh, he'll win. You can sub him, right? But it's like, how many times has Matt Schnell shot a takedown? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the Strickland fight. How many people were betting on Strickland hoping he was going to take this dude down and sub him? You know, like, you just can't rely on these guys, like, with these low IQ things, like these low IQs and stuff like that don't, you know, that don't implement that game plan, or their ego gets in the way, or whatever it is. Like Sean Strickland said, I think there's a quote or something. He was saying, "There's no glory kickboxer that's gonna outbox me," or something, right? And he just gets fucking chinned by a left hook, and he's out, and that's it. So I'm not gonna trust my money on people that fight like that. Like, he had a path to victory and he completely ignored it. So do I want to lay my money on Matt Schnell hoping he goes for a takedown? Absolutely not. I mean, I'd rather bet on Sue by KO at this point, because Matt Schnell's chin is just not what it is. Like, it's not what it used to be or whatever. Like, I don't even know if he ever had a chin, to be honest. Like, I don't know, man. This fight's just not. I don't want to lay the chalk on this guy, and I don't want to lay plus 220 on the underdog that probably wouldn't even take the easiest path to victory. So that's my only issue. I mean, I don't hate it if you're taking a match now. I mean, that's your money. I'm just saying, it's just hard to see this guy trying to do a takedown when he never shot one or never shoots them. So, if I had a lean, I would just pick Sue. Now, this fight is, I think this is the dog of the fucking card. Jing Lang Lee, plus 140, plus 145, versus Muslim Sadakov, minus 160 on BetOnline. On Bovada, you're getting Jing Lang Lee, plus 140, and Muslim, minus 170. Well, they're both plus 140, huh? Yeah. So I personally bet Jing Lang Lee at plus 146 on Bovada a couple of days ago before the line dropped. I put 2 units. I just think it's closer to a pick on. I think these odds are wrong. And shout out my boy Leon, because he did kind of did bring this to my attention on the Club and Sub podcast I think he was doing. And yeah, I mean, Muslim's getting older. He pulled out of that Michelle Pereira fight, and he didn't give a reason. So that's not really good, man, for the optics, right? And like Jing Lang Lee, he could fucking crack, bro. This guy throws big shots and he hurts people. He knocks people out. Muslim also can knock people out. So I think it's gonna be closer than people think, or what the line says. So you give me plus 140 on a fight SB pick'ems. Of course, I'm gonna hammer that thing. You know, like 2 units on it isn't really hammering, but like, you know, I think it's a pretty decent shot, and like, I just see Jing Lang Lee. He has a really decent chance to win this thing. So let's go, Jing Lang Lee. Moving on, we got Amanda Lemos and Michelle Watterson. Amanda Lemos minus 325, Michelle Watterson plus 250 on Bovada. BetOnline minus 305 Amanda, and then Michelle's plus 255 on BetOnline. So this fight is, I mean, I see a lot of sharp guys taking Michelle. I see some people taking Lemos, but they don't want to, because the price tag was kind of crazy last week. I think it was closer to fucking minus 500, but now we got minus 305. So it's a little bit better, but like I said, I don't like taking women's MMA chalk bets like that. But Michelle Watterson isn't just Andrade, right? She's more of a point fighter, and you know, like she likes to use kicks and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, what if Amanda Lemos just knocks her out in the first round? Like Amanda Lemos always dominates the first round. She just comes out there like a caged animal, like just bam, like just whoo, like just ready to go. Like I can't lay the chalk on her, and I don't want to bet the plus 255 on Waterson. I mean, if I were to bet this, I'd probably bet Waterson by decision, because if it goes to decision, it would lean towards her. Like, Amanda Lemos had kind of like she went a split decision with Angela Hill, you know. So I think decision probably is the best move. But I just don't want to bet this. It's a scary one to bet. And like I said, there's a lot of live dogs on this card. It's just like, are you willing to take that risk? Are you willing to lay your money on Michelle Waterson? You know what I mean? And I just can't bring myself to do it. My pick is Amanda Lemos, but no action for me. And now, for the main event of the evening, Brian Ortega versus Yar Rodriguez. You got Rodriguez plus 145. Brian Ortega minus 170. Bet online. Bovada minus 174. T City plus 141. Rodriguez. So everyone and their mother, it seems, are betting Ortega by submission. I did. He was plus 300 when I got him. I saw some guys getting him at plus 4 something, which is fucking even better, right? But now I checked that it's fucking plus 210 or plus 200. So this thing's dropping like flies. I mean, everybody's just taking this Ortega by submission, and I don't hate it. I just get a little bit scared, because when everybody's been the same thing, I always get a little bit worried. I don't know why. I just rather be on an island, like with the Jung fight. I feel like more people are on Jacoby than Jung, so I just like being on the island. But I mean, I don't hate the Rodriguez bet. I mean, if it goes full 25 minutes, I would think Rodriguez is going to win that. He's more of a point fighter. He does have some finishes, but I don't see him finishing someone as durable as Ortega. I mean, the only people who would beat the shit out of him are the fucking champion, Volkanovski, and the guy that fought Volkanovski 3 times, Max Holloway. Like, those are the two best of the division, and then Volkanovski showed he's leagues above Holloway in that third fight. So, I mean, I can't hold that against Ortega. I mean, he did take a tremendous amount of damage. Okay, I can't just say that he did it. And that does, maybe affect him in the long run, but I don't think in this fight it will. Max Holloway takes a lot of damage too, not as much as Ortega, but like his chin still holds up, So I see Ortega submitting this guy. I mean, when Rodriguez fought Holloway was even able to take him down and hold him a little bit on the ground, So like, what do you guys think T Shitty's gonna do? In the first round of that fight, Rodriguez was throwing all this spinning stuff, and he fell on the ground like 3 times by his own. So like, you know what I mean? Like, T City jumps on these opportunities. T City's very sneaky with these subs. In the Volkanovski fight, I think he dropped Volk with the Japanese, immediately jumped on top of him and got that guillotine locked in. You cannot fuck around with this guy. Like, I just don't like the minus 170, but I did like the submission, which is why I took it. I mean, I don't hate the dog shot on Rodriguez at all. Like I said, full 25 minutes, I'm pretty sure he's going to win. But I just cannot ignore Brian Ortega's finishing ability here. My pick is Ortega, and I did bet the submission. And, I mean, that's it, y'all. UFC Long Island, baby. This is a fantastic card. Like I said, there's a lot of dogs are alive here. I wouldn't be surprised if Ricky Simone pulls it off. I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Herbert Burns gets that round 1 sub. Wouldn't be surprised if Jessica Pettit wins her way to a decision, or she somehow does an armbar on Emily. Dalton Jung was the original underdog, so I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks out Jacoby. Jacoby's the underdog now, so I mean, he can win the decision. Maybe he knocks out my boy. A lot of dogs on this card. Lauren Murphy, Charles Jourdain, But the dog of the fucking night, the dog of the Long Island UFC card is my boy Jinlang Li, plus 140 when the fight's via pick'em. If you guys want to bet a dog, bet on him. And this wraps it up. Let's make some motherfucking money, y'all.